down, the results of elections in 7 assembly seats across 6 states to be declared today. The counting has begun. The prestige battles were fought in Bihar and Telangana, a family legacy on the line in Haryana. It's a contest symbolic of the fierce turf war between the BJP and regional parties in many parts of the country. Now, polling was held in Mokamma and Gopalganj assembly constituencies of Bihar, Andheri East of Maharashtra, Adampur of Haryana, Munagode of Telangana, Gola Gokarnath in Uttar Pradesh and Dhamnagar of Odisha. And among the 7 seats, the BJP earlier held 3 of these seats, the Congress 2, while the Shiv Sena and the RJD each had 1 seat. Well, let's now go across to our reporters, and let's go across to Vedant, who joins us from the Adampur seat, and the counting has begun there. Uma also joins us. First to you, Vedant, in Adampur, it was this bypoll after Kuldeep Bishnoi stepped down and joined the Congress and joined the BJP, I beg your pardon, and now it's his son who's contesting there.
Well, absolutely, Gargi. It's an extremely interesting fight here. Remember, Adampur is also, the constituency where, in fact, Arvind Kejriwal launched his Make India #1 Yatra. That is also when, this seat came into prominence, because the Aam Aadmi Party is looking to enter the Haryana Assembly through these crucial bypolls. However, remember, on the ground, if you assess the situation, it's primarily a fight between the Congress and the BJP. It's a classic Congress-BJP contest here as far as Adampur is concerned. As you rightly mentioned, Kuldeep Bishnoi quit the Congress and switched over to the BJP earlier this year, and in fact that was something that triggered a lot of other senior Congress leaders also. We saw Captain Amrinder Singh also joining the BJP, etc. But the fact of the matter is that the people of Adampur, as we've been reporting, we spoke to a lot of farmers here, people here, they feel that some of them in fact feel that they're willing to give another chance to Kuldeep Bishnoi. Some of them feel that Kuldeep Bishnoi in fact betrayed the people of Adampur by stepping down and moving to the BJP. So mixed feelings there. However, the Congress is trying to pulling out all stops. Congress went completely all out as far as the campaign was concerned. We saw Bhupinder Singh Hooda in fact campaigning here aggressively as far as Adampur is concerned. And in fact we spoke to Bhupinder Hooda as well on the campaign trail, and he said that it's important for the Congress to win on the Adampur seat, because that will signal a change for the Congress, not just in the state but also nationally. And Congress of course claiming that there is a strong anti-incumbency wave against the BJP in the state of Haryana. I remember it's also an election that is, very strongly fought on caste lines, because the Congress continues to appeal to the Jat voters, whereas, the BJP is relying primarily on the non-Jat voters, and also it remains to be a Bishnoi stronghold. The Bhajan Lal family has been, in power here ever, since 1968. So,
right.
For the Congress to actually prove that it's capable of winning without Kuldeep Bishnoi, it's almost a prestige battle for the Congress, and for the BJP also it's important, because that will reduce its dependence on the BJP-JJP alliance, so to speak. So an interesting and keenly watched election here in Adampur. Gargi.
All right, thanks so much for that, Vedant. And let's go across to Uma in Munagode, and that's been the big election there, the big bypoll that, across the country there's been so much news of it, so much controversy, so many allegations as well, Uma. So now counting has begun there.
Yes, indeed, Gargi. The counting has begun here, and interestingly, I must say, Telangana is going to elections next year, and therefore this is only 1 seat we are talking about, term of which is going to be only about a year, and it's not really going to affect either the falling or the forming of any governments, and yet it became a very, very keenly watched election, high voltage as it has been described, and also high stakes, even though there are no governments at stake. 3 things that I must point out: 2.4 lakh is the electorate, 93% was the polling rate, and it was billed by many as perhaps one of the most costliest elections in India. Counting is underway. The first round itself, it seems like the TRS candidate is in the lead. This has been called as a three-cornered contest between the TRS, the BJP and the Congress, but it is largely the TRS and the BJP which are in fact fighting almost, one would say, very, very fiercely and neck and neck, I would put it that way, because both of them not too sure of themselves and yet saying that they are the ones who are going to lead. Yes, we saw the TRS in fact putting all its ministers and MLAs on the ground. So a force of almost 100 leaders, including MLAs and ministers, camping here and trying to ensure that the TRS gets the win here. The election itself was forced because the BJP candidate, who happened to be the sitting Congress MLA, he resigned his seat amid a controversy, or rather the controversy was kicked up after the campaign began, saying that he's made the switch to the BJP itself because his son had got an 18,000 crore contract. Of course, he has explained, saying that that's a Coal India contract and there is no favors there, and he says that is all something that happened as part of a global tendering process. Third, the process of the election itself, a lot of money being spent, liquor, chicken and mutton being distributed over the last 2 months. We saw almost a party atmosphere here, and everyone going into one rally or the other and making their money there. The politics of it itself now, one, for the BJP, a win here would mean that the third bipole that they would be winning if they do manage after the Dubak and the Huzirabad, this will become a third one, and that is something that the TRS certainly wants to guard against, because with assembly elections next year, it may show that the momentum is turning towards the BJP, and therefore they would not want this win to happen for the BJP. For the TRS, they need to establish that their schemes are still popular. Remember, this is the first election after the party announced that it is going to go national, that it is renaming itself as the Bharat Rashtra Samiti. So in that sense, we are safe on home ground, they need to show, so that they can be ready to go national. For the BJP, of course, trying to show that TRS is having trouble in its home ground itself and not ready to go national. The third party, the Congress, whose MLA was in fact sitting here in Munugod, that party has had to split its energies between focusing on the bipole and at the same time the Bharat Jodo Yatra happening. And I must say most of the leaders in fact had to split their time, and I should say the focus was much more perhaps on the Bharat Jodo Yatra than on the bipole itself. Even otherwise, they had said that they have very limited resources compared to the TRS or the BJP. So they, in a sense, are expected to end up third in this fight, even though Palvai Sravanti is considered a good candidate. K. Prabhakar Reddy is the TRS candidate, and he is looking at a win. He was the 2014 MLA from here, and he's looking for a win because the entire party, in a sense, has put its weight behind him. Rajgopal Reddy, again a strong candidate, otherwise here was the sitting MLA. He's the BJP candidate now, but whether he's able to make it through or not, and that could make a change in the political equations, in a sense, before the run up to the assembly elections next year.